5 things I will not be doing in preparation for our Christmas blizzard. Number 1, I will not be making trips out to the store for milk, eggs, bread, beer. That seems to be what people buy in preparation for blizzards and hurricanes alike when I lived in New York. I don't know about you guys, but who's going to be eating French toast and drinking beer the whole blizzard? But in regards to that, I am not needing to go grocery shopping. We have plenty of food stored in our house. We have plenty of food in our pantry. We do not need to go run last minute to pick up food at the store. Basically, if you're prepared, you have food. You have food to last you enough time that you can go a few days of emergency storm warnings, or even a couple of weeks potentially with stored food without running out. So no, we will not be making runs to the grocery stores when it's got huge lines. Number 2, we will not be going to go get gas the day before a blizzard. We keep enough gas in our cars where we have at least enough to get to town and back a couple times. So I generally keep 80 to 100 miles worth of gas in my car so that I'm not worried about getting stuck in traffic and running out of gas while stuck, or needing to make an emergency stop when I really don't have time. Plus, the lines at the gas station are about as long as the lines at the grocery stores. It's going to be a complete waste of time. When we have weather coming in and you're going to get so much snow and wind, you stay home. You're not going to be using that gas. Okay, number 3, I will not be wrapping my chicken coops in plastic. We're in Michigan. We get cold for many months of the year, and the chickens do not need to be completely wrapped in. They actually need the ventilation. As you can see right now, my chickens are outside in the runs, hanging out. It's about 30 degrees right now, but they'll stay out in the runs as long as there's not too much snow on the ground. So they do have a roof over part of their runs so they can get in and out. They need ventilation. So the number 1 problem for chickens in the winter time when it gets cold is not the cold. It's being cold and wet. If you seal them up and don't have enough ventilation in their coop and run, new rooster. Okay. If you don't have enough ventilation in their coop and run, it is too wet and cold, which makes them feel even colder. And that's where you get the problems. That's where you get frostbite. That's where you get the hypothermia and such. This is true for humans as well, by the way. So if you're out hiking in the wintertime, you don't want to necessarily layer up so much that you're going to be overheating, okay? The biggest problem for hikers in the wintertime is going out, and for that matter on the homestead too. If you're going out and doing a project when it's cold outside that's making you hot, you need to be able to shed layers, so wear multiple layers, and have the layer underneath. Have that layer underneath be something that wicks the moisture away from your body so that when you stop moving around, you don't get suddenly chilled. Chickens are the same. They need to stay dry. That is the number 1 thing. So do not block their whole coop with plastic. Well, hello guys. Another thing I will not be doing is putting heat lamps or supplemental heating in our chicken coops. Basically, this area of the coop and run is set up to block all wind. Has ventilation, could potentially use more in the coop itself, just air this area out, but this does not need extra heat. When they come in here at night to sleep, you have 20 birds on these roofs. They're going to create enough body heat. In fact, if you add too much heat, you get back to that idea of they're going to respire more and that coop is going to trap the moisture. Now you have chickens that are damp, the humidity's up. That is going to cause more health issues than the cold. If you'd like to see a video on how we keep our chickens warm in the winter without heat lamps, I'll link it at the end here. And number 5, I will not be harvesting my cold hardy greens, or at least all of them. We might harvest a few for dinner, but we don't need to get everything out of the ground with these low tunnels. We're prepared for winter. These will stay in ground all winter. Whether we have blizzard and 2 feet of snow and 55-mile-an-hour winds, or just our regular winter gradual snow and maybe -10 degrees at night. These greens will last all winter. We will harvest them all winter, so they stay in under the hoops. No need to pull everything out of the garden in the winter. By the way, we still have perfectly good kohlrabi. That actually looks about ready to harvest. But yeah, these can survive the snow as well. They don't even need hoops. Cold hardy plants are awesome, by the way. Part of the point here is that you really just need to be prepared for winter, or prepared for just a few days, maybe be prepared for up to a couple weeks where you don't have access to your stores or your gas. I was in the New York and New Jersey area for Hurricane Sandy as it came through, and we lost power for 2 weeks in areas, and places ran out of gas. If you're set up ahead of time, you don't need to worry about that. The whole point is just to have things set prior to any emergency happening. And then when the emergency does happen, just button up in your home and you'll make it. So being prepared does not mean necessarily preparing for the end of the world, but being prepared for losing electricity, having backup plans, having surplus on hand, knowing the conditions and what your animals can take and what they can't take. That is what's important ahead of time. You do not have to make the mad dashes last minute to get prepared for this. If you are interested in what we do to prepare our chickens for winter time in Michigan, snowy area of Michigan, I will link that playlist here. Otherwise, I'll see you with our next video.